It's a great idea to come to Dublin to study your medieval MA, because Dublin is a city rich in medieval culture, whether you want to see the urban spaces or even more rural spaces where we have older buildings out in the hinterland of Dublin, as it were. As well as that, we have libraries and archives full of Anglo-Saxon and Middle English material. So it's an ideal spot really to come. We admit only a small cohort of students so that we can conduct the classes in a friendly and discursive manner. The idea is that students are leading their own interests, leading their own research. As well as that, we like to meet our students on a regular basis, quite early on in the programme actually, in order to get them thinking about their dissertation, which is due at the end of the first year, because it is actually a single year programme. So it's quite important that students get working on that quite early on. And we try to give as much sort of guidance on that from the beginning. As well as that, we encourage our students to meet with other medievalists from other faculties, and we've had a couple of social events or conferences or symposia, depending on the sort of opportunity that's around in any given year.
The MA programme was a very welcoming spirit, from the tutors and the lecturers were always very accessible, and within the classes people got along very well. There was a good social side to it. There's a lot of scope for self-directed learning in the MA. You can basically choose your own areas of interest and pursue them, and then you can get support from your lecturers or tutors in that. So it's good if you're considering going on for a PhD. You can really get to grips with finding out what interests you and how to go about studying and researching it.
So if a student comes to UCD to do a medieval MA, you are obliged to take an Anglo-Saxon module or a module in Old English language and literature, and we'll tailor that depending on whether you're a beginner or an advanced student of Old English. We oblige you to take a module in literary research methods. Your dissertation, of course, is a key part of the programme, and as well as that, we oblige you to take a module in paleography and the study of manuscripts. Then we give you some options, whether you want to do later work, 15th century, or maybe look at some Renaissance modules, or you might be interested in some of the newer thematized theoretical modules that the school has introduced in the area of digital humanities and gender studies.
I'd say my favourite part about doing the MA in UCD were the small class sizes in the medieval modules. There were other modules as well, where you got to mingle with the students from the other courses, from the other MA courses in English. So there was a good spirit in the school at the time.
So we're very proud of our graduates. Not only do they go on to do PhDs, and many of them are teaching in universities and schools all over the world, but we also recognise that some of our graduates pick up what we call transferable skills, and they find themselves working in the area of publishing and in the area of curating in archives and museums, and often come back to tell us that and to celebrate that fact.